Thank you.
Yep.
And thank you, Alex. Do you guys know how hard she's working? I know how hard you're all working, but she's been working really hard on this. And so I'm really grateful. Thank you to all of you guys that are here. We're recording, aren't we, Stephen? Thank you for watching this video, those of you that are watching this video. So you guys can read. And so I'm not going to go over every one of these bullet points, but this is pretty important. We expect you as adults who are part of a team of people working together with children that you do know these bullet points, especially the protective policies. If anybody has any question whatsoever about the why behind it or even the deeper things that Erica and I put together several years ago, I'd love to talk to you. And maybe we have a Q&A later. But I want you guys to be aware of those and trust that you can read them, because after today, you notice there's a sign page on the back. We're going to ask everybody, even those of you watching on the video, to sign this so you're aware of what these policies are and that you will abide by them. I could blast you with them all right now, but you probably won't remember them. The place that you're going to remember them is on Sunday mornings when you gather together before and pray. You're going to remember them. When something happens in a classroom and a coordinator says, "Oh, you can't do that," you will remember them. And so it's something that's we're going to learn over time together, but I want you to be able to see them and read them. But the main thing I want to communicate to you guys is not protective policies, is to remind you guys that you are a team. And that's why we wanted to come together today so you could see each other. It's hard sometimes when you're in just one of the rooms and it's just one or two other people and you kind of feel like I'm just kind of filling a slot because people have needs. And that is the furthest thing from the truth. You guys are a team and you labor to disciple our children and come alongside. And many of you here are parents and you know what it's like to be able to sit and know your children are not just being watched but loved and cared for. So I really want to go over those team member expectations in that middle section. So the first thing that we're asking is that you would serve in your commitment for the duration of the Cola Kids ministry year. And in the past, we've kind of done a calendar year, but this year we're doing school year because most people live in those rhythms, especially vacation times. And so it starts September 9th and it will go through May. And we'll do a separate summer schedule. And we hope some of y'all can stick around and help with that. And we're going to go into next summer with a little bit better of a plan to how many rooms we're going to have open and which ones we won't on purpose. It's something that we're trying to grow in this year. And so we're asking that if something comes up for you, like you move or an unforeseen illness, please talk with the Cola Kids leadership. Obviously, if you break a leg or something, it's going to be hard for you to serve. But if you just kind of aren't feeling it anymore, I would ask that you would keep your commitment because we still need about 20 to 25 people to join this team. And so we would love for those of you that have signed up to stick around. We're just asking for communication. You're part of the team. You can use the bridge to sign up. Stephen will have more about that. And this is a really big one for those of you that have served before. As you guys know, we're going through a pretty big transition with who is leading our Cola Kids ministry. And right now, it's a conglomeration of a lot of people. And Stephen and I are kind of overseeing a lot of those things as we go through those transitions. The days of being able to just kind of quickly go, I can't make it, and someone else will figure that out for me, that is going away. We are a team. And so there's two things about that. We've split people into big kids and little kids. And we want you to be able to serve with the age group that you want to serve with. But we also want you to know that you may need to, on a Sunday morning, jump in another classroom because we're a team and that's what it's going to take. Sometimes coordinators might have to, if there's one and there's two, might have to jump in a classroom. I'll jump in a classroom if I'm not preaching or doing something. We're a team and we're going to jump in together. So we want you guys to consider that. We're going to do our best to keep your preferences, but we want to serve rather than just have our preferences. And so that means is we fill out the schedule and you pick. It will be, if you, for some reason, if it's not an emergency, right? Like you wake up sick, don't come. Do text the schedule coordinator. But if it's like, oh man, a concert came up Saturday night or my girlfriends are getting away for the weekend and I really want to do it, totally fine. But you are responsible for switching with somebody. And if you can't find anybody, it does not go on the person because we're moving to a model where the person who's scheduling may not be a paid staff member of the church. In fact, we don't want it to be a paid staff member of the church. So imagine that you were in that position and you were serving and it's Saturday night. Would you want to receive that? So I'm trying to be very, very clear on this point about whose responsibility it is to cover something, unless it's an emergency. I mean, obviously, if that happens, that's what the schedule coordinator is there for. Does everybody understand? Everybody understand that? It's just really important. I think we've learned through the years that some of the reason the people that do the schedules kind of have a hard time keep doing them is because we've run that model where we figure it out, and we want to figure this out together as a team. And then lastly, come on time so we can go through things that may be changed. We may say, this classroom will be closed unless we can switch around. Or, hey, this thing happened last week and we need to remind this policy. So we ask that you would come ready and available to go through those things. And then I ask also, before you sign this, please read the protective policies. And we'll sign at the end, and I'll take these all up. And for those of you watching the video, we'll figure out a way to get those from you. So I know we're having a Q&A later. Alex, you want me to... Okay, so you want me to wait till the Q&A or now? It's up to you. Okay, we're going to wait. So I think those are all the things. So what was the main thing that I asked you guys to know and remember? You are a team. And all of these people, you serve each other. Does that make sense? No, you're not serving me as an elder of the church. You're not serving just the families that have needs. We're serving each other. And I do want to thank you on behalf of the elders. For those of you that haven't heard, we've spent hours in prayer over the children and youth ministry and the future of it. Spent almost our entire elder retreat on it. And we're really grateful for you guys. We don't just think, oh, good, people are doing what we need them to do so we can preach in here. What you guys are doing is as important as what is happening in here. We're a collective family, a collective church, so thank you very much.